Seattle's baseball team, as we look at the iconic Space Needle, Seattle's baseball team is the talk of Major League Baseball with just incredible pitching night in
and there is Edgar. And there is Edgar Martinez drive right out in front of Safeco Field. Your Seattle Mariners 17-13 hosting the Atlanta Braves 19-9. Atlanta Braves had the best record in baseball coming into this, but they have met a Seattle Mariners pitching crew second to none, literally best ERA in baseball since April 1st. Braves heaviest lineup in the league, starting out with Ronald Acuna Jr., Ozzie Albies, Austin Riley, Matt Olson, Marcell Ozuna, Adam Duvall, Michael Harris II, Orlando Arcia, and Chadwick Trump. Like, there is no better lineup in baseball, stats-wise, than these Atlanta Braves. But time and time again, as Seattle fans know, our athletes just seem to get things done at the right times in a lot of games. Getting the hits in the right places. Getting the home runs in the right places. Getting the right batter out at the right time. And that's what we've seen on this current streak where we've won 13 of 16. And you see the Mariners defense. It'll be Zavala at catcher today, Hancock on the mound, Ty France at first, Polanco at second, Haniger in the right field, Julio Rodriguez in center field as always. Julio Rodriguez in center field. What's up? Robert Kerrigan, the Drunken Charge in the house. What's up, my man? Let's go. PBR Street Gang. Hello, sir. 5 up in the chat. Good start here. Everybody make sure to hit that like and share button. Like to get a lot more sports fans in here enjoying these outings with us. It's a nice day for a baseball game. And first up for the Braves, Ronald Acuna Jr. leading off, and he fouls off the first pitch of the game. 0-1. Ronald Acuna Jr., 6 RBIs, a dinger, and 245 during the regular season. But he is just 1 for 8 in this series with the Mariners. Hancock throws that one right over the plate. Acuna fouls it off. 0-2. Ronald Acuna Jr. just 2 for 24 in his last 6 games with 12 strikeouts. Their leading batter struggling a bit, and we can sympathize with that because our biggest weapon the last couple of years, Julio Rodriguez, has been struggling some himself, but good players over the long term, from everything I've seen watching sports, deliver good results. Everybody goes through hot streaks. Everybody goes through slumps. And Hancock catches him looking. 1, 2, 3, just like that. 3 pitches. Well, 4 pitches, excuse me. One of them was fouled off, but 4 pitches strikes out the first batter of the night. And there's a pitch to Ozzie Albies, batting second in the order, and he fouls off a 95-mile-an-hour fastball from Hitchcock. Albies batting .333 on the year, 18 RBIs, 2 dingers. He's 3 for 8 this series. He has been one of the guys that has hurt us the most. That one a little high and inside. First ball thrown by Hancock, 1-1. Ozzie Albies on a 13-game hitting streak. Over that time, he's batted .370 and had 11 RBIs. Last night, if you were watching, the Seattle Mariners defeated the Atlanta Braves 3-2. We were up 3-0, had a little scare in the 8th inning where we gave up 2 runs. We left 2 on, and the bullpen survived. That one high and inside on the 95-mile-an-hour fastball. 2-2 for Hancock. Yes, cheers. Cheers, gentlemen. And Albies fouls that one off. Hancock steadily throwing these 95-mile-an-hour fastballs. I don't know that he's thrown anything but fastballs so far. Probably be a good time for a changeup here. Albies not an easy out. And the 2-2 pitch, outside corner, but too far outside. 3-2, 1 out for the Braves here in the top of the 5th. Still scoreless from T-Mobile Park in Seattle. And Hancock loses control on that one. And he's going to walk the first batter of the night. Not a bad guy to walk in Ozzie Albies, but we got to hope Hancock gets control of these pitches. And up next for the Braves, Austin Riley, batting third in the order. I have the Braves order written down because it's stayed pretty consistent. The Mariners, they've been moving in and out batters all over the place from single to AAA, trying to get something to go with the bats. The pitching has been incredible. They honestly don't need a lot of support. 3 runs was enough last night. And that one far and outside. And that's 3 more balls in a row for Hancock against Austin Riley. And this is quickly becoming a problem for the Mariners. Last home run for Austin Riley, April 7th versus Arizona. And Hancock walks Riley in 4 pitches. This is an issue. This is an absolute issue. In the very first inning, 15 pitches in, and you've already walked 2 pitchers. This is a horrible start here for Hancock.
I hate seeing those numbers go down. When you see those zeros.
Pete Woodworth going out, see if he can help Emerson get back in the strike zone.
When you see your catcher and your pitching coach coming out in the first inning, that's never a good sign. So let's see if they can get Hancock back on track. He's going to need it. He's got Matt Olson coming up batting cleanup. Matt Olson, 15 ribbies on the year, 3 dingers. Maybe the most dangerous guy in this lineup, though. 54 home runs last year, broke an all-time Braves record. And Hancock slows it down a bit there. Maybe that's what he needed. 92-mile-an-hour strike, 0-1. You know, sometimes I think you got to work up to that speed. Maybe for everybody, it's not always the best thing to come out throwing at your top speed. He just took 3 miles off of that and gets right back in the strike zone. I'm not sure what the pitching coach told him, but I imagine it was something like that. Like, if you have to slow it down a little bit, slow it down, but throw strikes. And there's the second strike to Olson, 0-2. And Hancock, he would be very lucky, but he could pitch his way out of a kerfuffle here with a double play. And check swing does not go around. 1-2. Matt Olson, about average for him. He strikes out about 1 out of every 4 at bats. You see he's very aggressive. The first 2 pitches he swings at it, even though Hancock had just walked 2 consecutive batters. Guy that hits 54 home runs generally strikes out a little more than average, though. That just comes with the territory. I remember old Jay Buhner for the Mariners. Didn't always have the greatest, greatest batting average. We were happy if he was anywhere around 280, but that guy would starch the ball and in the best spots. And Hancock catches him looking. There's a second strikeout of the day for Hancock. 2 on and 2 out for the Atlanta Braves here in the first inning, looking to put their first run on the board. Of course, we hope that doesn't happen. And Hancock now pitching to Marcell Ozuna, batting 5th in the order. 327 on the season, 9 dingers and 31 ribbies. Ozuna takes a big rip at that one and a strike. Who out there is taking a big rip on something, whether it's a big bong rip or a big rip on your big beer or a alcoholic adult beverage? 395 with runners in scoring position for Ozuna. And Hancock throws that one low and in the dirt. 1-1. One of the things that I think has helped the Mariners that they've taken advantage of, actually, with, as we mentioned, statistically wise, the best batting team in baseball. Ozuna had 40 home runs himself last season, career high, is that a lot of these batters will chase bad pitches. And like I said, the Mariners have taken advantage of that, especially when they've gotten ahead in counts. And that one in the dirt. So 2-1 to Ozuna. 24th pitch of the inning coming up for Hancock. High pitch count for the first inning, but if he gets out of it scoreless, I think we'll all be happy. And that does not catch the outside corner. 3-1. Will Ozuna hack at this one, or is he going to look to take the walk and load the bases? And he takes a free swing on that one. 3-2, full count. Let's get some crowd noise. Come on, guys. I know it's the first inning, but everybody should be getting excited here. 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Big moment here for Hancock. Drinks PBRs as usual. Waiting on my weed guy right now. Low PBR. Yes. LFG. Let's go. Oh! And he gets him swinging. And Hancock bails himself out of a ditch. Took him 25 pitches to get through the inning. But we are scoreless. The Braves strand 2 going into the bottom of the first. Should be here in 15 to 25 minutes. Well, tell them to jump and chat, Robert. We need some viewers. Just kidding, man. I need to, waiting on a weed guy, too. I need to put this in our Facebook group. Really appreciate you guys coming in for this. I know you're not all huge baseball fans, but we all like hanging out together. And no, it really means a lot to me, you guys come in here in the chat. When I know it's not combat sports, it's not your favorite thing, but you're trying to help me build something, and that is greatly appreciated. Thanks for everybody that tuned in to me and Wyatt's stream yesterday too. I'll try to give people more of a notice, but I plan on doing more of these MMA streams, usually around that 5 p.m. It's always good though. Nice. All right, Julio Rodriguez batting leadoff today. He was not batting leadoff yesterday. So that's why I didn't write down the batting order. Yesterday, Josh Rojas was leading off. 0-1 from Sale, and Rodriguez really cranked that one out of here. Wow, luckily for the Braves, that was foul, but that would have definitely been a homer. That was in the 300s. Too bad for those guys that bounced out. Not very often you catch a fly ball in the upper decks. The 0-2 pitch to Julio Rodriguez, and he gets a hold of that one on the outside plate, but it's too high, and he's going to fly out. 1 out for the Mariners here in the bottom of the first. Ran out 2 hours ago. First time I've been that long without in a while. All right, you see the bat up here. Rodriguez, Haniger, Polanco, Rally. And Mitch Haniger up now, takes the first pitch off of the outside corner. I'm going to say he went around. So 0-1. Haniger 1 for 8 this season. Or this series, excuse me. That'd be horrible if he had 1 hit all season. His career versus Chris Sale, 0 for 6. Not the greatest sample. These teams very rarely play each other. Mariners already won this series. It's a 3-game series, but it'd be nice to sweep it. Of course, right before that, Mariners took 2 of 3 from the Diamondbacks, and they have won 13 of 16 overall on the best pitching in the league this April. And the 2-1 pitch, and a swing from Haniger, 2-2. 1 out with nobody on for the Mariners here. 2-2 to Mitch Haniger in the bottom of the first. Still a scoreless ball game. Go through 1 ounce a month myself. And the 2-2 pitch. And Haniger swings and misses. And that's a strikeout for Mr. Chris Sale. His first of the day. 3.69 ERA for him. 3-1 record on the year. 31 innings pitched, 33 strikeouts in that time, 7 batters walked. A heavy slider. 44.5% of the time, Sale throws the slider. 38% the four-seam fastball. And there's a slider outside. Catches the outside pocket. 0-1. Jorge Polanco up to bat. 10 RBIs on the season. 4 dingers. And that's a swing and a miss. 0-2. Polanco 2 for 8 this series, but of course he had one of those big home runs that won us a game. 4 more multi-RBI games this season. He had 2 RBIs last night on a 2-run homer. 11 pitches in, 1-2. It's a bit early for beer and weed for me, guys, but I'm on West Coast time. It's still before 1 in the afternoon. And a swing and a miss from Polanco, and that's going to retire the side going into the top of the second. Scoreless here in Seattle. Go through 2. It used to go through 4. I cut back. Damn, that's a lot, man. 4 is a lot, Rob. But I would rather you see you on a little more weed and a little less alcohol there, buddy. Just not trying to lecture you, just want to keep you around. Says cheese. Robert's over here smoking Snoop Dogg under the table. Around the league, are we the only? I don't think we're the only game going. There's a lot of early games on Wednesdays for some reason. I don't know what the reason is for that, but I guess old people like to go out on Wednesdays. Twins and White Sox already in the bottom of the 6th. How early are you showing up at a game? It's the start of 10, I guess, 10:30 maybe. Twins and White Sox 4-4. Royals and Blue Jays in the bottom of the 4th. That game's scoreless. Pirates and A's, Oakland A's in the bottom of the 2nd, scoreless with 1 out. 2 games already complete this morning. Tigers defeating the Cardinals 4-1, and the Milwaukee Brewers defeating the Tampa Bay Devil Rays 7-1. Next game's tipping off is Phillies and Angels at 1:07, Reds and Padres at 1:10. To quit smoking cigarettes, then I'll probably go up to 2 ounces a month. Yeah, it's definitely better than the cigarettes, man. All right, Adam Duvall up next for the Braves. This is a guy who's had a stellar career up to this point. 186 home runs, 544 RBIs, over 726 hits. And Duvall fouls that one off 0-2. The 30th pitch coming from Hancock. And he catches him swinging. That's the 3rd strikeout of the game for Hancock. He's bringing the fire today. Beautiful pitch there. 94-mile-an-hour changeup. Duvall just not able to gauge it. Had a lot of movement on that ball. And Michael Harris swings for a strike. The 0-1 pitch. Harris batting .304 this season with 13 ribbies and 3 dingers. But he's going to foul that one up. And that is caught. 2 outs already here in the top of the 2nd. That's a sign of a good pitcher, is when he's not striking guys out and they connect on the ball. He jams them up and they just pop it up a high for an out like that. Either on the ground or in the air. Top of the 2nd. 2 outs here for Dylan Moore. And Moore gets a hold of that one, but, Arcia. I don't know why it showed Dylan Moore there. I was like, that's the Mariners. That's who's coming next for them. Mistake on their part, I didn't catch it. But Arcia pops that one up, and Hancock retires the side quickly and easily that time, heading into the bottom of the 2nd, still scoreless in Seattle. I have to quit smoking cigarettes, but I'm afraid I might smoke more weed. I'd hang with the best of them. Once me and 3 buddies smoked a quarter in 24 hours without sleeping. That's 4 ounces. Oh, Jesus, Robert. You're wasting money, man. That's why, like with my edibles, I'm glad I'm a lightweight. Like, if I take more than 20 milligrams, it's a waste because I'm just going to pass out anyways. I'm not going to get any higher at that point. Be right back. Have to go get weed. I'll leave the stream going. Thanks, Robert. We'll see you in a moment, brother. Yes, cheers, Phil. All right, let's look at some stats in this game while we're in between the innings here. Up next for the Mariners, Cal Raleigh. Pitching today for the Mariners, Emerson Hancock. It's easy to remember, like the old brand. You guys remember the old Phil? You remember like back in the 80s and 90s, Emerson was a huge brand. I don't even know if it's still around anymore. I imagine it probably is, but I don't know. I haven't had to buy anything with that type of branding for a while. I got all kinds of crap I don't even use. All right, Cal Raleigh at the plate, batting cleanup, and a big swing and a miss for him with the first pitch. 0-1. Cal with 13 ribbies on the season, 6 dingers, 1 for 6 this series. Yep, I remember, Phil. All right, that one outside from Sale, 1-1. Cal Raleigh just 1 for 18 the last 6 games, 11 times struck out. That is way too many. He's got to watch these pitches. And he just about gets hit by that one. Honestly, I'm surprised he didn't swing at that. Cal's been swinging at everything. 2-1 the count on Cal Raleigh. And there's a big swing and a miss, 2-2. And Sale has been very economic with the pitching now, just 16 pitches so far here in the second inning. 2-2 pitch to Cal. And that's low and inside, 3-2. So full count here for Cal Raleigh. Will Sale give him something he can hit? Ty France on deck. No outs for the Mariners here in the bottom of the second. And, they're going to say he caught the outside corner. That's a strikeout. So another strikeout for Cal Raleigh. Well, another strikeout for Sale, and another time struck out is Raleigh. 6 up in the chat. Don't forget to hit that like and share button if you're not subscribed. If you're coming in here new, we'd love to join us throughout the season for Seahawks games later on. Of course, all the Mariners games, and hopefully we can rally our Sonics to return. Ty France, 8 ribbies, 2 home runs on the season, 1 for 6 this series. Big swing and a miss there for him, 1-1. Played basketball and baseball for school as a kid back in the early 90s. I might have had an Emerson basketball. I didn't know they made basketballs. I thought they made mostly like radios and televisions and things. They might have made basketballs too, though. France fouls that one off, 1-2. 22nd pitch from Sale. And we hope it's just going to sail away over that fence from Ty France. That one's outside, 2-2. That one got away from Sale, 95-mile-an-hour slider. It was supposed to be a slider, it just kind of slid into no man's land. The 2-2 pitch, and France hits it up the middle. Can he make it? He will not. Maybe one of the faster runners in baseball would have made that, but Cal Raleigh, he's not that man. Usually your catcher is not going to be your fastest runner. So Ty France batting at 6 coming up. Oh, excuse me, Dylan Moore. Dylan Moore, 1 for 5 this series, watches that one on the outside for a ball. No, they're going to say that's a strike. Large strike zone here today. Wow, that is way outside the typical strike zone. This must be that umpire we had the other day against Arizona's with the huge strike zone. And there's a strike and a miss. And Sale gets another K. That's 3 for him, and he retires the side. And we're already going into the top of the third. Wow, I thought yesterday was a quick game. This is going by lightning fast. I don't need it to go by quite that fast. I know people get bored of baseball, guys, but you can get a few hits here. Excuse me, sorry for the crinkling there, but I didn't have any paper towels and I just spilled a little bit of liquid on my keyboard. Liquid and keyboards don't always agree. Don't always get along so well. For some reason I remember that. Could be wrong. Oh, very well could have been. Actually just went out and bought me a basketball for the first time in a long time, Phil. I hadn't went around and shot. We got a nice little park with a couple hoops near us, so I just went out there and shoot baskets for like an hour. I used to do that every day. I just love shooting baskets. You know, sometimes you get a pickup game going if people showed up. Sometimes you didn't, but that was just like kind of my meditation. I was just like shooting baskets for like an hour. Not that actual meditating is a waste of time or anything, because I think it does help a lot of people, but it's better for me if I'm doing something active too, like walking or shooting hoops. Excuse me. Top of the third. First pitch from Hancock outside for a strike. 0-1. Chadwick Tromp batting for the Braves. We did not see him the last 2 nights. And Tromp gets a hold of that one deep, but it's going to be caught by the center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. 1 out here in the top of the third. It's 35 pitches so far for Hancock. Not so bad now. He retired everybody in the second very quickly after struggling in the first. Have a hoop out front. My kids and me shoot hoops sometimes. Play horse. Nice. I don't go easy on them. I don't think they've ever beat me. Oh, yeah, I don't let kids beat me either. I'm ultra competitive. All right, back to the top of the lineup here for the Braves. Ronald Acuna Jr. I believe he struck out his first at bat. And 1-1. 90% strikes on the first pitch today for Hancock. 38th pitch of the game coming. 1-1. And Acuna, that's a hit for him right over second base. And the Braves have 1 on, threatening here in the top of the third with just 1 out. First hit given up of the game for Hancock. Of course, he had those 2 walks in the first inning. Oh, just a textbook swing there from Acuna. Beautiful thing off the end of the bat. Wish it was us. And, oh, wow, that was almost caught by our shortstop. That was off the top of his glove. I think he probably jumped as high as he ever has there. Still couldn't quite get to it. 1-0. First pitch on Albies, a ball. This day in Major League Baseball, Ricky Henderson passed Lou Brock for the all-time steals record. Ricky Henderson, a great Oakland A back in the day, but even if you weren't an A's fan, I think a lot of people were Ricky Henderson fans. That guy was something else. He was so fast. And speaking of stolen bases, Ronald Acuna Jr. had 2 himself this series so far. Albies batting .333 now. Had career highs in home runs and RBIs last season. And Albies is going to pop that one up, and it is fair, but it will be caught for 2 outs. So 1 on and 2 outs here for the Braves in the top of the 3rd. Good catch there from Urias. Nice sunny day here in Safeco. It's been good weather, even though I don't know that it was expected. Seems like they're forecasting a lot of rain, but it's been good weather for all of the games seemingly so far. They haven't had to close the roof. Austin Riley batting 3rd up right now, and Hancock throws back to 1st to keep Acuna honest there. He had a pretty big leadoff there. As we mentioned earlier, he is the most prolific base stealer on the Braves, so you really got to watch him. He got a stolen base, I want to say it was in Game 1 of this series, and I felt like the Mariners did everything perfect. They knew that he was probably going to try to steal. They pitched out. They threw the second. They still couldn't catch him. And the pitch, and there's a swing, and that's off a glove. So Austin Riley with a hit here, 2 on, 2 outs. Top of the 3rd, Braves threatening. Hancock's got to pull out some magic here to keep the Braves scoreless. Matt Olson at bat. 1-0. And Hancock throws it away. Poor fielding today so far for the Mariners. And that's definitely going to be an error. That moves up the runners to 2nd and 3rd. Yeah, right over the top of the second baseman. And they're going to have a little chat there, pitcher and catcher. 54 home runs last year for Matt Olson, as we mentioned earlier, but just a monster year for him. 283 batting average on top of it, 139 ribbies. Just one of the best batting seasons in all of baseball, if not the best last year. And there's the second pitch outside, 2-0. So Hancock at risk of walking the bases loaded here with 2 balls on the first 2 pitches. The 45th pitch from Hancock. Olson swings 2-1. That was a beautiful, beautiful change up there. 84 mile an hour. And that was going to be a strike whether he swung at it or not. And that one had a lot of movement on it, but jigs outside at the last moment. 3-1. Hancock's got to give Olson something to hit here, unless he's going to walk the bases loaded for Adam Duvall. And he does. And there's an argument that you'd rather pitch to Duvall than Olson, but you never want to walk the bases loaded. This is not good for Hancock. A rough outing for him so far. He had a good second inning, but other than that, he's struggled pretty mightily. He's lucky he hasn't given a run up yet. Marcell Ozuna up next. Struck out in the first. And he takes a big swing and a miss. 0-1. Hancock needed that. He needed to get ahead in the count, ahead of somebody. It's got to be careful, though, because Ozuna's already got 9 home runs in just 26 games this season. Even more dangerous with runners in scoring position, 385, 5 dingers, and 27 ribbies. Fouls that one off. 0-2, big moment here for Hancock.
Against Arizona. They got out scot-free in the first, trying to do it again here in the third with the bases loaded.
Well, one of the things with being an aggressive team is once you get ahead of them, you can get them to chase a little bit. We've seen that already with Ozuna on the 2 sliders.
The 0-2 pitch to Ozuna. And outside for a ball. 1-2. Ozuna, just a monster of a man, too. 51st pitch of the game already coming for Hancock. And he gets wild with that one again, 2-2. I'm back. I just came. Nice. Weed guy. It's nice you can get them delivered nowadays. What a world we live in. 2-2. And outside again from Hancock, and there better be some movement in the bullpen for the Mariners because Hancock, despite not giving up a run yet, he has looked just abysmal in the first and third innings. Big pitch here, 3-2 pitch, a swing from Ozuna, fouls it off, and the drama continues, 3-2.
Pretty much in the middle of the play.
So Hancock's going to have to find that control one more time. And he catches the inside corner and strikes him out. Wait, what? No, he walks him. He walked a run-in. Oh, no. I thought they called that a strike. Hancock walked the bases loaded, then he walked a run-in. This is a nightmare of a game right now for Hancock. And Adam Duvall up next. Not the best guy to be hitting in this moment. Not that any of these Braves are the best guys to be going up against, but... And a swing and a miss there for Duvall. So 0-1 to Duvall, and Hancock's got to find some control here. And far on the outside. Ball 1. He is sloppy today. And that looked like a strike. Let's see if he's going to get the call. Yes, 1-2. Good movement on that pitch. Hancock throwing some kind of schizophrenic game here where he's on with one batter. He can't hit the broadside of a barn with the next one. And Duvall pops that one up. That will be caught. And the Braves leave 3 runners stranded. They do tack on 1-0 Atlanta. And the Mariners are more than lucky to get out of that inning, giving up just 1 run. As quickly as they can get someone warmed up in the bullpen, I would imagine they are doing that. And this could be a rough outing for the Mariners if you got to bounce your starter in the 4th or 5th inning. But that may be exactly what they have to do here. Five up in the chat. Don't forget to hit that like and share button. And tell your friends. What's up? Speaking of guys from Seattle, Adam from Allen, are you hiding in there, buddy? I noticed we had 6 there for a moment. I thought it might have been Adam. But 1-0 Braves here heading into the bottom of the third. Braves strand 3, as I mentioned, score 1 run. But Hancock threw a lot of balls, walked, the bases loaded, and then he walked a run in. Just a horrible start for him. We're just lucky that the Braves haven't been able to take even more advantage. ERA, the last 7 days for the Seattle Mariners, just 1.5. It'll be Urias coming up to bat for the Mariners first. Luis Urias batting 7th in the order. And he does not go around on that one. 1-1 to Urias. 12th start at third base this season for Luis. RBI'd in 6 of his last 12 games played. And that catches the outside corner, 1-2. As I mentioned, this particular ump has a very wide strike zone, but it seems to be consistent for both teams, so you can't really have an issue with that. Urias fouls that one off. The last 2 games, there's been a lot narrower strike zone, but whoever this particular ump is, like I said before, I think he was the umpire for Game 3 of the Diamondbacks game, and which we lost. But the only thing I remember from him is he has a very wide strike zone, and that's fouled off from Urias. 1-2. No outs here for the Mariners in the bottom of the third. And Urias is going to chop that one foul. Good job there, Urias. Make him work. Make him work. Make Sale work a little bit. Foul some of these balls off. Hopefully he's going to throw a ball here. Get a little ahead in the count. And he hits that one down. Is he going to be able to make it? That is very close. What a throw from Arcia. Gets him running. I thought he was there. Wow, what a slide to get to the ball for Arcia. And yeah, he gets him by, wow. Urias' foot is literally hovering over the plate as the ball hits the back of the first baseman's glove. Doesn't get much closer than that. Sam Haggerty up next, batting 8th for the Mariners tonight. He sat out last night. Well, I said Mariners been moving a lot of guys around, sitting guys different nights, pulling in guys from AAA. And Haggerty fouls that one off. We've had a very strong AAA team for several years now, but they still get that major league jitter when they come in. The Tacoma Rainiers, they've been incredible. Everett Aqua Sox over here by us, also very good. But it's still a different thing when you first put on that uniform. That's their dream and all the jitters that come with it. 1-2 pitch here to Haggerty. And it catches the outside corner. As I mentioned, very large strike zone here today. And as the commentators here just said, that pitch not even close. And let's watch the replay on that one. Oh, man, yeah. Yeah, that is quite the liberal strike zone indeed. I mean, like, that strike zone is so liberal that Nancy Pelosi is getting jealous. CB Zavala batting ninth here for the Mariners, fouls the first one off. 0-1. And there's a hit for Zavala down the third base line. So 1 on here for the Mariners and 2 outs. And look at the swing there. Just past the second baseman there. And top of the lineup, no better guy to come up right now than Julio Rodriguez. 2 outs and a man on first. And a wild pitch there from Sale. Almost hits him. Surprised he didn't call that a strike. 1-0 here, because I'll tell you, this umpire strike zone, it's about as loose and sloppy as Jenna Jameson in the early 2000s. And that one low and inside. 2-0 to Julio Rodriguez. Not sure what that is on Julio's right arm, but it almost looks like a cast. So 2-1. Julio goes around. Next broadcast for the Mariners won't be until Friday. Tomorrow's a travel day. Heading to Houston to play the Astros. And a pitch, and Rodriguez gets a hold of that one in between the first and second baseman. So 2 on, 2 outs here for the Mariners in the bottom of the third. Nothing fancy there. Just a fast hit ball in a perfect spot where no one was at. And that takes us to Mitch Haniger batting second today. He's been all over this lineup, as many Mariners have. Not only have they been moving batters in and out, they've been really switching up the order a lot to try to find somebody hot. Haniger, 18 ribbies on the season, 4 homers. Season with runners in scoring position, he's batting .333, 12 ribbies and a dinger, 1-1. 46th pitch of the game coming up for Sale. And the 1-1 pitch, and he swings, and that's a strike. 1-2. Come on, Mitch. Come on, Mitch. Make that ball your bitch. Mariners offense this season, 3.6 runs per game. Good for just 25th in baseball, so it's a good thing they've had great pitching. And that, wow, they're going to call that a strike? Well, I said this guy's strike zone, this umpire, I don't know how old he is, but it is long and vast. His strike zone seems to know no limits. Much like Bill Cosby in the 80s. All right, so we will go to the bottom of the third. Braves leading the Mariners 1-0. And let's look at some scores from around the league. The Twins score another run on the White Sox, 6-5, middle of the 8, top of the 6. Royals tag one more on, leading the Blue Jays 3-0 with a man on second. Bottom of the fourth, A's leading the Pirates 2-0. Cincinnati Reds leading the Padres 1-0, middle of the second. As I mentioned earlier, 2 games already on the books today. The Detroit Tigers defeating the St. Louis Cardinals 4-1, and the Milwaukee Brewers defeating the Tampa Bay Devil Rays 7-1. Wow, tough day to be a Tampa Bay fan. I mean, a loss is a loss, but 7-1, those ones hurt. Let's check out the live scoring for this one. We're going to head over to DraftKings. DraftKings, the official and only betting partner here in Washington State. And, of course, you cannot do it from the privacy of your own home, though. You have to go to the casinos, native casinos only. And even then, there's only a few of them that are set up for betting so far. Mariners plus 220, Braves minus 298 for those degenerate gamblers out there. And Harris gets a hold of that one, but he's going to get thrown out. The throw to Ty France easily gets there. 1 out in the top of the fourth. And there's a fastball from Hancock. 1-0. Orlando Arcia, batting 8th in the order, of course, stole a hit from the Mariners with that diving slide to throw the ball to first earlier. An incredible fielder, too, is Arcia. Emerson Hancock through 3 innings pitched, 41% seam fastballs, 4 seam fastballs, 15 swings, 3 whiffs, 7 fouls, 5 hit into play. And that's a pop-up. Are they going to get to it? 3 guys. Oh, he drops it! Holy Jesus! Are you kidding me? What a boneheaded play from Hancock. Wow. Just an embarrassing moment here for Haniger. There was 2 other guys there. He calls them off. And then the ball hits the back of the glove and he loses it. That is a definite error for Mitch Haniger. And that really could have kept, really could have got us out of this inning much quicker. There's a hit from Trump. Straight to first, 2 outs, does not advance the runner. So man on second with 2 outs. We needed that, but it would be 3 outs if not for that horrible, horrible miss from Mitch Haniger. What's up, Panhead Bob? Checking in to hit the like. Can't hang out and watch, but we'll keep the stream on. Appreciate it, brother. Thank you, Panhead Bob. What are you up to today, man? You're always working. You work too hard. All right, Ronald Acuna Jr., man, seems like this guy's up all the time today. 1 for 2 today, single in the third and a run scored. Braves already batting around for the 3rd time. You would think they have more than 1 run. Luckily, they don't. And a swing and a miss there for Acuna, 1-1. Yeah, really appreciate when people leave their stream going because, like I said, I got to get up to that 4,000 watch hours within 365 days before I can even apply to have this channel monetized again. And there's a ball on the inside, 2-1. 92-mile-an-hour fastball misses the mark for Hancock. 69th pitch of the game already coming here for Hancock. 2-on-2 out, the 2-1 pitch. And Acuna, wow. He sizzles that one, and that may be a run scored, and it is. Arcia sliding into home.
He picks up an RBI, his 7th.
And I believe he made it from second.
That's probably off the plate inside. But able to find a hole.
He did make it from second.
Garcia scores, and that E9 comes back to haunt.
You see him being waved around, and I don't know why the Mariners couldn't get to that. That hit didn't seem like a 2-base hit to me, but Arcia is a fast dude. Fastest guy on the Braves, might be the fastest guy in the league. So Ozzie Albies up. He's 0 for 1, walked in the first. Man on first, 2 outs here for the Braves, leading the Mariners 2-0. Top of the 4th. Gotta take a trip into town for some diesel treatment. Oh yeah, I know how that is, man. You gotta stay on top of that. And they're going to say that caught the outside corner of the plate, 1-1.
Good reason. I got the National League MVP, reigning MVP.
I'm not generally a guy that likes to argue a lot of balls and strikes, but like I said, this umpire strikes on his wide and there's a hit from Albies. And now 2 on, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Hancock has given up 2 runs already here in the 4th. Braves looking to tack on more. They are really hitting the ball well this inning. That's a 14-game hitting streak for Ozzie Albies. Okay, Bob. Hope everything works out. Yeah, that's just something you got to do every so often when you got when you got diesel vehicles. Probably diesel tractors. I'm not sure everything that Bob is working with there, but I owned a diesel box truck for quite some time, so I understand. Oh and 1 the count to Austin Riley. 74th pitch already here for Hancock. He has been his own worst enemy, walking the bases loaded and then walking in a run in the last inning. And he gives up another one this inning, 2-0 Braves. And that's a ball outside, 1-1. And there is activity in the bullpen now for the Mariners. Not surprising. And Riley fouls that one off, 1-2. Last 2 games with runners in scoring positions, Mariners just 2 for 7, Braves 4 for 12. From those stats, you would assume the Braves won both of those games, but they didn't. Mariners won both of them. Austin Riley 1 for 1. That one way outside, 2-2. It's an old Ratty Ram 2500 that I use as a tractor. Don't drive it on the road. That's a good use for it, though, man. All right, the pitch, and he gets a hold of that one. Going. Oh, my goodness! I thought he had it. He runs into the wall and drops it. A nightmare fielding game so far here for the Mariners. Wow, walks and errors. The story of the game here for the Mariners in the first 4 innings, and they give up 2 on that triple.
Well, it's hit well. Looked like it was going to be towards the top of the wall as Mitch goes back and tries to make the play right off the top of his glove as he slams into the wall.
I mean, it's a great hit if Mitch Haniger gets it, but you got to have a great left fielder. So scoring decision is a triple. No error for Haniger. He had it. Oh, I thought he hit it. He hit the tip of the wall, and then he almost catches it in his breadbasket. See, it's up against his chest, but then he hits his head on the wall. Maybe slightly concussed there. So maybe I'll be a little easier on that. Was one heck of it. That would have been one heck of a catch if he could bring it down, but and I believe they're going to pull a Hancock after that batter. Braves score 2 more. Atlanta Braves 4. Seattle Mariners 0. And this is where you start taking some chances on the betting odds. So see, Braves minus 3,500 favorite now. Mariners plus 1,400. Wow, yeah. That's wild. Plus 1,400. But do you want to bet on the Mariners the way they've been playing right now? I don't know. Phil says, I have a big 88 F-150 I use as a yard truck, but have to retire it soon. Frame is so rotted it's dangerous. Oh, man. You can get treatment for that, Phil. You probably knew that. But, yeah, Mariners just giving this game up right now. It's not going well for them at all. If you're a Braves fan, I'm sure you're pretty happy right now. But if you're a Mariners fan, it's pretty rough for us right now. As I mentioned, have already won the series, won the first 2 games of the series. So even you lose today, you still win the series. But pitching line, Emerson, Hancock, 3.2 innings pitched, 5 hits, 4 runs, just one of them earned, 4 walks. And Thornton going to come in from the bullpen for Seattle, and it doesn't help anything. There's a single to center field, and another run scores for the Atlanta Braves, 5-0. 5-0 Atlanta here in the 4th inning, and Matt Olson just right off that sweet spot on the bat. Just one pitch for Thornton so far. Already gave up a hit and a run. Well, that run will be charged to Hancock because he stranded the batter. But 0-1 for Thornton. That pitch fouled off by Marcell Ozuna. And there's a swing and a miss from Ozuna. Ozuna having a heck of a season, 324, 9 home runs, 32 RBIs. But he pops that one up, and that will finally retire the side. 1 stranded for the Braves, 3 runs scored. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. The Mariners with a lot of work to do right now. And DraftKings has the Braves going up to a minus 6,500 favorite, plus 1,800 money if you were to bet on the Mariners. Man, I don't even want to bet on the Mariners at 20-1 right now. I mean, maybe throw $10 down. That was one way. Sometimes I'll think about gambling. I'll think, hey, I want to go get myself some Arby's or something. And what is that? It's about $10. And then I'll think, hey, what if I take that $10 that I was going to spend anyways, make my own damn sandwich, and go throw that money on a 20-1? Come on, Mariners! What's up, PBR? I was just cheers, Bob. You going to the casino today? Oh, you went to the casino yesterday, PBR. You have to tell me what bets you put down, brother. Or did you end up going? I know you had, at first you were going to go on Wednesday, and then you said you were deciding to go a day early. Does that mean you got 2 days off in a row for once? All right, scores from around the league, not as depressing as this game. Top of the ninth, the Twins leading the White Sox 7-5. Bottom of the seventh, Kansas City Royals leading the Toronto Blue Jays 3-0. Athletics up 2 on the Pirates 2-0. Bottom of the fifth, Phillies defeating the Anaheim Angels 2-0. Bottom of the second. In the bottom of the third, the Cincinnati Reds defeating the San Diego Padres in the bottom of the third. And that's it for games going on at the moment. And Mariners finally back up to bat. That seemed like a very long inning, and it was. Jorge Polanco batting third here. Polanco, 10 ribbies, 4 dingers this season. Let's get on base and have somebody else hit you home, though, because we need a lot of runs right now, Jorge. And Polanco fouls that one off, 1-2. Chris Sale through 3 innings pitched, 21 sliders, 45% of his pitches today. I mean, it's kind of rare you run into a guy that throws that many sliders. Most pitchers' dominant pitch is the fastball. And Sale catches him on the outside corner. A swing and a miss there, and 1 out for the Mariners. Here in the bottom of the fourth. Braves leading 5-0. They tacked on 3 runs in the fourth inning. Cal Raleigh up, batting cleanup. And a swing and a miss from him, 0 for 1. Cal struck out in the second. And contact on that one. I don't think he's going to get there, though. Maybe a faster runner than Cal. He's thrown out 2 outs. If that was Arcia running, he gets there. But it was not. I think Julio makes it too, but Cal's a big dude. Running's not his style. All right, Ty France batting 5th in the order today. Oh for 1, grounded out in the second. Takes a ball, 1-0. And the 1-0 pitch from Sale. A swing and a miss from France, 1-1. France looking to get it all back in one swing here. It's like, dude, you're down by 5. Let's just start getting some hits. And there he does. That's a single to right field. Beautifully hit ball by Ty France. So 1 on, 2 outs for the Mariners here in the bottom of the fourth. They trail the Atlanta Braves 5-0. Nice swing there from Ty, but it's all for nothing if we can't get him home. And a big rip there from Dylan Moore. Moore batting in the 6th spot tonight. And there's a pitch out. 1-1. And Ty stays put. The 1-1 pitch to Moore. That's a ball outside. 2-1 to Dylan Moore. And here comes the 2-1 pitch. That almost hits him. 3-1. Mariners could use a walk here. Take it. Take it. Anything, any runs you can get out of this inning. Let's just get on the board. A 3-1 pitch from Sale. Big pitch. Oh, and they're going to say outside corner. Looked low and outside, but like I said, this strike zone seems to know no limits today. 3-2 full count to Dylan Moore. And the pitch and the swing, and Moore gets a hold of this one, but it is foul into the 200 section. Hard hit ball for Moore, but can't keep it fair. 3-2. Dylan Moore likes to hit lefties. He has 132 WRC against lefties. And there's a hit up the middle. Good stuff there from Moore. So we got 2 on. It's a little start of something. And see, he got that on the outside of the plate too, but just hit it perfectly, and it bounces right by the pitcher's mound. Perfect little skip into center field. Next up, Luis Urias batting 7th today. 2 on, 2 outs for the Mariners. And first pitch from Sales is a strike, 0-1. Concentrate, Urias, concentrate. There's a swing and a miss. Urias has had an RBI in 6 of the last 12 games played, so 50%, 0 for 1 today. And here comes the 0-2 pitch to Urias with 2 on and 2 out. No, and give me a quick timeout there. And here we go. The pitch from Sales, the 0-2. And that one's high, 1-2 on Urias. I'm not sure if Sale actually lost control of that one or he tried to catch Urias chasing. Oh, and he hit him. He hit him. It wasn't a bad hit. Luckily for Urias, hopefully he's not hurt. It was on the shoulder, but that walks the bases loaded for the Mariners. Oh, no. Oh, on the elbow. Oh, that's a worse place to take it. The shoulder would have... Oh, that hurts my elbow just watching. Ouch. Yes, go Mariners. Thank you, PBR. And 67 pitches so far for Sale. 2 outs, bases loaded here for the Seattle Mariners. And Sam Haggerty will come to the plate batting 8th. He struck out in the 3rd. I think Sale might also be losing a little bit of his control, though, so hopefully Haggard is patient at this plate. 9 career home runs, 7 from the right side for Haggerty. And he hacks that one foul. A 78-mile-an-hour changeup, 0-1. If you're just joining us, Braves defeating the Mariners 5-0 at the moment. But Mariners have the bases loaded with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. The pitch from Sale. Wow, they're going to give him that strike? Wow. All right, and you see on the replay there, definitely not in the normal strike zone at least. Haggerty pops it up. Will it be caught? And it is. Oh, my goodness. Man, that could have easily been a hit. But great running there by the Braves outfielders. And Mariners strand 3. Braves leading the Mariners 5-0 after 4. Heading into the top of the 5th, Mariners definitely will be making a pitching change from Hancock. Hancock giving up 5 runs today. We've seen some activity in the bullpen towards the top of the 4th, so we should have somebody warmed up now. Scores from around the league. Twins just putting a beating on the White Sox, 10-5. Kansas City Royals 3-1 up on the Toronto Blue Jays in the top of the 8th with 1 out, 1 on for the Blue Jays. Athletics blanking the Pirates 3-0, bottom of the 6th. Phillies with a slight lead on the Angels. Angels put 1 on the board, 2-1, heading into the top of the 3rd. And the Cincinnati Reds still holding on to a 1-0 lead against the Padres in the top of the 4th. And that is final. The last out just recorded in the Twins-White Sox game. That game is final. Twins 10, Chicago White Sox 5. Other games scheduled for today, starting at 3:35 Pacific, 6:35 Eastern, so about an hour and a half away from the Yankees and Orioles kicking off. Rockies and Marlins kicking off 5 minutes after that, 4:10 Pacific, 7:10 Eastern. Chicago Cubs and the New York Mets, and the San Francisco Giants and Boston Red Sox. That's a pop-up. Thornton in there for the Mariners at relief now, and 1 out. I had said Hancock was coming out, and I was late on that one because Hancock had already gotten out. So there's that Dodgers-Diamondbacks game there. There was a huge beehive that delayed the game. There happened to be a beekeeper in the crowd. Called him in, and the beekeeper threw out the first pitch of the game. Pretty cool. All right, Michael Harris II batting 7th in the order for the Braves. A pop-up and a ground-up today, 1-0 to him. The pitch from Thornton. Harris gets a hold of that one. High fly ball. It will be caught, though. There in right field from Haniger. As far as I'm concerned, Mitch Haniger's got a little bit of redeeming to do of himself. He's dropped a couple balls today. There's one you can say most players wouldn't have caught that, but a lot of players would. At this level, you can't afford to have a bad right fielder. You got to have. It's nice to have somebody that's Golden Glove ready. Is in that conversation. Orlando Arcia batting 8th in the order. And that's a ball from Thornton. 1-1 to Arcia. And there's a pitch to Arcia. He gets a hold of this one. What a catch! In left field. Wow, a diving, stretched out catch to end the inning. Wow. And that's redeeming for Haniger. That's a beautiful play. That's a SportsCenter top 10 play. All right, 6 up in the chat. Don't forget to hit that like and share button. And share this with your friends. If you know anybody that likes baseball, if you know anybody that likes Seattle teams, guys, let them know. Trying to build something here to supplement our big channel. Of course, still trying to grow the big boy, of course, too. But there's a lot more baseball games than there are fights, at least during baseball season. Yes, cheers, Bob. Royals leading the Blue Jays 6-1, top of the 8th there. Athletics tack on one more, up 3-0 on the Pirates heading into the top of the 7th. Phillies and Angels just one run dividing the teams in that game, 2-1, top of the 3rd. 1 out and 1 on first for the Angels, who trail by 1. Cincinnati Reds up 1 on the San Diego Padres, 1-0. That game in the top of the 4th. Cheers, Bob. Yeah, for a Wednesday game, like this stadium looks mostly full. Like, it might have been a sellout. There's always a few guys that maybe won't show up for something like this, especially some of these executives. You guys know the companies here in Seattle. A lot of these guys, they'll throw down $200 for a couple seats and not even knowing if they're going to be able to make the game for sure. All right, CB Zavala takes the first pitch for a ball, 1-0, the 1-0 pitch. And, oh my goodness, they're going to call that a strike? Did he just about hit him? All right. That slider for Chris Sale, though, yeah, it is incredible. And there's a 93 mile an hour outside, 2-1. 73 pitches today here for Sale. Oh, and that was a wicked curveball. Just doesn't find the strike zone, though. 2-2 to Zavala. No outs, nobody on for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 5th. Atlanta Braves leading this 5-0. The 2-2 pitch fouled off by Zavala. An 84 mile an hour changeup. 75 pitches for Sale today. As we mentioned before, next game for the Mariners will be the Astros. George Kirby pitching against Ronel Bianco for the Astros. 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern. And Sale, got to appreciate this Pacific Northwest weather, I'm sure. When you're in the sun in Atlanta, it's not a fun time, but you're in the sun in Seattle, it's probably, about 60, maybe 65 degrees. Not real warm, pretty comfy, actually. 3-2 to CB Zavala. Zavala 1-for-1 today with a walk. The 3-2 pitch, and Zavala gets a hold of this one. It is deep. Is it fair? Off the fence. And a long double for CB Zavala. That was very close to getting out of here. That was a sky ball. Yeah, hits the warning track. It was just hit too high, I guess, to get out. 331 feet there in left field. Zavala able to fill that one, but not before Zavala gets the second. Julio Rodriguez at bat. Big swing for him. Strike first pitch. So no outs. 1 on second for the Mariners here in the 5th. And Rodriguez hits a dribbler. And that moves Zavala to third. So nice sacrifice there for Julio. It's nice when you have a star player like Julio Rodriguez, who can be a team player like that. Just hits it down the first baseline. Obvious sacrifice, you know. Could have popped out a little further for a hit, but his intention was, I just want to move the runner up, and he does. So 1 out, 1 on. Zavala on third base here. 80 pitches thrown for Chris Sale today.
Blue Jays 6-1 KC.
And up next for the Seattle Mariners, Ty France. Ty had a single earlier today. Excuse me, not French. Haniger. It's throwing me off that Haniger's in batting second today. Mitch Haniger, batting second in the order. He may get demoted just for his fielding play today, although he redeemed himself a lot in that last inning with that diving catch. And Haniger's going to foul that one off. 1-1. Haniger's first 2 trips to the plate today, struck out on both of them. One of them swinging, one of them looking. The 1-1 pitch from Sale. And that's a ball, 2-1. Good eye from Mitch. And 84th pitch of the game from Sale, way outside. That looked like it might have been. A pitch out, but I doubt it's a pitch out because there's only a guy on third. So 3-1 here for Mitch Haniger. You know, do you just walk Haniger at this point if you're Sale? And Haniger fouls that one off. Sale definitely wasn't trying to. He threw a strike, and Haniger fouls it off. So full count here. 85 pitches so far for Sale today. No outs. Man on third for the Mariners. Bottom of the 5th. Trailing the Atlanta Braves 5-0. And Haniger fouls that one off. 96-mile-an-hour fastball from Sale. I said no outs. I meant 1 out for the Mariners because of the sacrifice from Julio that moves Zavala up. Selfless play from Julio, but still an out. And that's 2 out for the Mariners. 2 outs, man on third. Jorge Polanco coming up to bat. And that's going to be the second strike on Polanco. 1-2. Cal Raleigh on deck for the Mariners. 91 pitches thrown so far from Sale today. He's probably within an inning of getting pulled. But what a performance it's been for him today. Cannot say the same for our own Hancock, who he didn't have control in the first inning, and it didn't get any better from there. Timeout on the mound here. 2 strikes and 1 ball to Haniger. And 2-2. 2-2 on Polanco. 95th pitch of the game coming up for Chris Sales. And there's a single for Polanco. Right over the second baseman. Infield hit, so 2 on for the Mariners. That's going to score a run. Zavala around the corner. 5-1 Braves. One at a time, guys. One at a time. Long ways to go, but, you got to have confidence. It's weird. My elite box just went completely kaput there for a moment. A second here, guys. Let me look at the back of my TV. Make sure we're connected back here. We are. As I mentioned, these elite boxes totally legal, but these networks, I'm sure, do not care for them. So they're constantly trying to make sure we can't get our games. Cal Raleigh at bat here for the Mariners. Takes the first 2 balls for strike. There's a ball. 1-2 the count to Cal Raleigh from Sales. And it's almost like they just took our entire network down. That is weird. That is very weird. Alright, that might take an extra minute to boot up there. But 2 strikes and a ball on Cal. And that one fouled off. So still 2 strikes on Cal. 2 outs for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 5th. Mariners looking to sweep the Atlanta Braves. Picked up the first 2 games in this series. Things not going near as well for them today. And that's a strikeout, so that will retire the side. The Mariners strand a runner, pick up a run. Heading into the top of the 6th, it's the Atlanta Braves 5, Seattle Mariners 1. Sale with a beautiful strikeout there of Cal Raleigh. That will probably be his last pitch of the game. We'll see. We'll see how confident they are in him. They very rarely let pitchers go over that 100 pitch mark anymore, unless unless in the middle of a batter. Like if you start a batter at 98 or 99, a lot of times they'll let you go. But 100's pretty much the max anymore for anybody. It'll be Chad Tromp coming up first for the Braves in the top of the 6th inning. Chad 0 for 2 today. And let's take a trip around the league. Royals royally beating up on the Toronto Blue Jays in the top of the ninth, 6-1. A's still thumping the Pirates in the top of the 7-3-0, but they have the bases loaded with 2 outs. That could get interesting over there. Phillies and Angels in the bottom of the third. Phillies lead the Angels 2-1, but Anaheim has men on first and second with 2 outs. Bottom of the fourth, 2 outs and a runner on second for the Padres, who are leading the Cincinnati Reds 2-1. Milwaukee Brewers and Tampa Bay. Wow, Tampa Bay Devils finally put out of their misery 7-1. And the other game finished today was the Twins thumping the White Sox 10-5. For Yankees fans, you're just about an hour and 15 minutes out from the start of that game against the Baltimore Orioles. And all right, and Miller will take over on the mound for the Mariners. Tyson Miller, 5 appearances this season, 5.2 innings, 1 earned run, 8 strikeouts. That's a lot of strikeouts in 5.2 innings. And there's a strike. Oh, excuse me, that's a ball. Ball on Tromp. So Miller, first 2 pitches behind on Chadwick Tromp, 2-0. Tromp with a fly out and a ground out earlier. And Miller having a hard time finding the strike zone early. Throws his 3rd ball to Tromp. And that's a strike, 90-mile-an-hour curveball. I don't blame Trump for not swinging at that one. You don't swing on a 3-0 pitch, in my opinion. Make the pitcher throw a strike. All right, the 3-1 pitch, and that's a swing from Trump, and he pops it up. That should be easily caught by the center fielder, Julio Rodriguez, and it is. 1 out for the Braves here in the top of the 6th. Atlanta leading Seattle 5-1. All 5 of those runs will be charged to the starter, Emerson Hancock. Ronald Acuna Jr., the leadoff batter, batting around again, 2 for 3, 2 singles, an RBI, and 2 runs today. There's a strike from Miller, 80-mile-an-hour changeup. One and one. 1 out here for the Braves. Like to see Miller keep him scoreless here, and Acuna pops that one up, but that's going to be out of play, foul into the crowd. So 1 and 2 to Ronald Acuna Jr. Miller with the windup, the 1-2 pitch. And just off the plate, I guess, 2 and 2. Big pitch here coming to Acuna. And a swing and a miss from Acuna. And Miller strikes him out. 2 outs for the Braves here in the top of the 6th. Look at the movement on that ball. Acuna's thinking, oh man, this is a nice, juicy fastball coming. And then right before he gets to the plate, veers off. And he misses it by a mile. And Miller jams him up there. That's going to be a pop fly. Man, they almost missed another one.
And Dillon makes the catch.
Wow, Dylan Moore.
Yes, that's probably
And
the best thing you'd say.
wow, and Hanniger almost running into each other in the infield. Sloppy infield playing by the Seattle Mariners today. Uncharacteristic of them this season, but not a well-pitched game, not a well-defended game here for the Seattle Mariners, as I know all those 5 runs are not earned. And yeah, as you look at the box score, 2 errors today on the Seattle Mariners. And the Mariners will come up once again bottom of the 6. It'll be Ty France, who is 1 for 2 today. 6 hits for each team today. It's not like the Mariners haven't gotten the hits. The biggest problem today was Hancock. It was all the walks. I mean, he walked the bases loaded and walked a run in. You can't have that from your starting pitcher and expect to not struggle. Let's go over to DraftKings World here with the Mariners coming up. All right, off that 1 run scored, the odds changed significantly. I'm a bit surprised by this. Mariners just plus 800 underdogs. Braves minus 1,600 favorites. I wouldn't bet on the Mariners for 8-1 right now. Not trailing 5-1 in the 7th. No, thank you. Or excuse me, bottom of the 6. All right, 7 up in the chat. Hey, anything you guys want to talk about in the chat, let me know. Any questions you might have for me or anybody in the community. First pitch from Lee. Chris Sale leaves the game for the Braves as I thought he would. 5 innings pitched, 6 hits, just 1 run. That run was earned, but 9 strikeouts for Sale. And there's a hit for the Mariners. Beautiful hit there from Ty France. He's 2 for 3 on the day. Dylan Moore on deck. So no outs, 1 on. Mariners looking to get something going here in the bottom of the 6. Dylan Moore 1 for 2 today, had a single in the 4th. And Lee throws the first pitch in for a strike. More part of that sloppy play in the outfield today, uncharacteristic for the Mariners. They might not be top in field percentage, but they're generally known as a pretty good fielding team. Just a lot of errors today, 2 errors already, and a couple plays, probably 2 other plays that were close to errors that a lot of players would have made. That's a ball from Lee. 2-1, the count to Dylan Moore. And that one's in the dirt, 3-1. Hey, Moore, no shame in a walk here. And that one hit well for Moore. Go and go. Oh my goodness, what a catch from Duvall. And it has been that kind of a day for the Seattle Mariners.
He's already had trouble with one fly ball that ended up hitting the base of the wall. Stays with this one. Umpire saying that was going to go foul, but he made a nice catch.
What a catch from Duvall. Bad luck there from Dylan Moore. A well-hit ball, even though it was going to end up going foul. It was almost a home run. Luis Urias gets a hold of that one, but that's also going to pop up foul. And caught, so just like that, 2 outs for the Seattle Mariners and 1 on. So in just 2 pitches, we go from 1 on and no outs to Lee almost escaping this inning. Sam Haggerty at bat, batting 8th in the order. 1 on, 2 outs. And that one gets away from Lee. 1-0 is the count. Strikeout and a flyout here for Sam Haggerty. 83-mile-an-hour changeup on the outside. Another ball here to Haggerty. And that one fouled off 2-1. And Haggerty fouls that one off. 2 for 2. 0 for 2 here in the bottom as the 6th, as my child in the other room being a complete asshole, moaning and groaning over some bullshit. And here's the 2-2 pitch with 2 outs. A swing and a miss from Sam Haggerty. And we'll head into the top of the 7th. Braves leading the Mariners 5-1. All right, Braves will be up next. Due up for the Braves. Batting 3rd, Austin Riley. Matt Olson in the 4th spot. And then we will see Ozuna again in the 5th spot, Marcell Ozuna. Riley 2 for 2 today. A run scored, 2 RBIs, and 1 walk. Reds and Padres now tied at 2-2. Remember, Reds were leading, I think, 2-0. Bottom of the 5th. Tie ball game over there in San Diego. Phillies still leading the Angels 2-1. Going into the top of the 5th. Top of the 8th. Oakland Athletics have just about got this one in the bag over the Pirates. Remember, they're about 3.5 games, I believe, behind us for the division. Rangers, just 1 game behind us. Texas Rangers will be playing the Washington Nationals later today at 5:05 Pacific. And see, I like that here at Safeco. They're showing all the food. They're showing people on camera getting their food, so that makes these guys want to. You don't want to have bad food on camera. That would be embarrassing. All right, first pitch, a strike from Miller here in the top of the 7th. Austin Riley, a triple earlier, a triple, a single, a walk, 2 RBIs, and a run scored. As I mentioned, that triple, I thought could have been caught. Yes, it would have been an amazing catch, but at this level, a lot of guys would have caught that ball. 0-2 to Riley. Riley 3 for 10 this series. There's the 0-2 pitch outside of the strike zone. 1-2. One and two for Austin Riley. No outs here for the Braves in the top of the 7th, and he fouls that one up. And that will be caught. 1 out. Top of the 7th. May 13th through the 15th, Mariners playing the Royals. Mariners value games as low as $10 for that series. Matt Olson batting cleanup, and what a play!
Didn't think he was going to get there. What a play.
Wow! What a diving catch for Dylan Moore. There's not a lot of guys who make that catch. We need more of that. So 2 outs for the Mariners here in the top of the 2nd, and a wild pitch thrown here from Miller. Luckily there was nobody on. 1-0 the count to Marcell Ozuna, batting 5th in the order for the Braves. He had a walk and a sacrifice RBI earlier. There's a ball, 2-0. Pitch count to Ozuna, who's just 1 for 9 this series, and he fouls that one off. An 89-mile-an-hour fastball from Miller. 2-1 the count to Marcell Ozuna. th pitch of the game for Miller. And a swing and a miss. And that's 2 strikes on Ozuna. 2-2, 2 outs. And here comes the crowd noise. Just need a grand slam. That's pretty easy, right? Boom. And you need a grand slam to tie it, Adam. What's up, Adam from Allen? Good to see you, brother. All right, the 2-2 pitch to Ozuna. And no more errors by this Mariners outfield. We need that too. No more walks, no more errors. And Ozuna fouls off another one. That is a big, mean-looking dude. I can't imagine he gets a lot of no's when he has, if he ever has an issue with customer service at a store or restaurant or anything. And that's a ball by Miller. 3-2, full count here in the top of the 7th. The 3-2 pitch. And he walks Ozuna. Miller with the wild pitch here. And 1 on Adam Duvall, batting 6 for the Braves today, top of the 7th. 1 on, 2 outs. And that one inside, an 89-mile-an-hour fastball from Miller. Inside corner. 0-1. That large strike zone we are all privy to today. The 0-1 pitch, and he jams Duvall up. Fouls it off 0-2. Braves scored all of their runs between 2 innings today, and every run will be tacked onto the starter, Emerson Hancock, who struggled mightily. At one point, he walked the bases loaded and then walked the next batter to walk a run in. 0-2 pitch to Duvall. Outside ball, 1-2. Adam Duvall 0 for 3 today. The 1-2 pitch from Miller. And Duvall fouls that one off again. He's going to make him work for it. Miller gets it. Duvall's going to make him work for it. 28th pitch of the game coming up here for Miller. And that is outside again, 2-2. And a swing and a miss, and Miller catches him swinging. That'll retire the side. Heading into the top of the 8th, the Atlanta Braves leading the Seattle Mariners 5-1. Oh, excuse me, heading into the bottom of the 7th. So, 7th inning stretch. And in the top of the 6th, the Padres and the Reds still tied up. Reds at bat, nobody on, 1 out. Phillies leading the Anaheim Angels 2-1, going into the bottom of the 5th. The A's leading the Pirates 3-0, but Pirates have 3 on and 2 outs in the top of the 8th. Yankees and Orioles getting underway, and just under an hour, just about 50 minutes. Yeah, we could really use that grand slam, Adam. Let's throw some trivia out since this is a 7th inning stretch. This Seattle Mariners scored the winning run in 1995 one-game playoff against the Anaheim Angels. He got all the way from first base on, it was either a long single or a long double. I can't remember what the hit was, but it's a legendary moment in Seattle baseball, and it's probably, honestly, the reason that we still have a team, because the team was up for, they were going to move. They weren't building a new stadium. The Seattle Mariners were looking for a new home if the vote didn't pass, and the Mariners had a hell of a season, as everybody remembers, in 1995. Mariners fans rounding from first all the way to home on a long infield fly was Ken Griffey Jr., number 24, was the answer to the trivia question. And CB Zavala up for the Mariners, 2 for 2 today, had a single and a double, scored the only run of the ball game. And second pitch from Lee, that's going to be a ball, 1-1 to Zavala. And there's a high pitch and a swing from Zavala, 1-2. Griffey scored on Martinez hit. You got it. Boom, Adam. You got it, brother. You even got the hitter. I couldn't remember who it was. I almost said Joey Cora. All right, and Lee strikes him out. That's the first time Zavala hasn't reached base today. 1 out for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 7th. So just 8 more outs for the Mariners to get something done. this is generally the man to do it, Julio Rodriguez, but he's got nobody on with one out here. He's 1 for 3 today, had a single in the third. He takes a big swing at that one and a miss, 0-1. Good old Griffey Jr., yep. You guys remember the 89 Griffey... Oh, what a hit from Julio Rodriguez. That is going to be fair off of the warning track. And he's going to easily jog into second. A stand-up double here for Julio Rodriguez in the bottom of the 7th. Just one out for the Mariners. We'll see if we can get something going here in the top of the lineup. Yeah, just an incredibly well-hit ball there from Rodriguez. He's 2 for 4 on the day. And for those that bet on bases for Julio Rodriguez, the over-under today was 1.5. If you bet he would get over 1.5 hits, congratulations, you just cashed even money. Mitch Haniger up for the Mariners. Struck out in the 5th, 0 for 3 today. He's got a couple of fielding errors, at least one to make up for here, but he pops this one up for the second out of the inning, and just like that, 2 outs for the Mariners. Still one on. Julio Rodriguez on second base, stranded, waiting for somebody to hit him in. Like I said, it's amazing on a Wednesday afternoon that they can sell this place out for a 12:40 game. Jorge Polanco, batting third in the order. 1 for 3 today, had an RBI single in the 5th. The only RBI of the day. And the first pitch to Polanco. Outside corner. Did it find the strike zone? Yes, it did. 0 for 1. Next game for the Mariners, Friday at the Astros. Tomorrow will be a travel day to Houston. They'll play the Houston Astros at 4:30 p.m. Pacific, 7:30 Eastern. And there's a nice hit from Polanco, and that should score Rodriguez, and it does. So, not a double, though. Polanco's a slow dude. He got the hit, but, man, I can't believe he couldn't turn that into a double. Regardless, Julio Rodriguez scores the run. We got a 3-run ball game, 1 on, 2 outs for the Seattle Mariners in the bottom of the 7th. Yes, good old Griffey. That hit he kind of looked like Griffey on that hit, did Jorge Polanco. 4 for 12 this series for him. That might be the best bat in the lineup this series, to be honest. As I mentioned, the pitching had been stellar in the month of April up until today. It's the bats that really hadn't came alive. They're starting to come alive here in the bottom of the 7th. 2 warning track hits, 1 for a double from Julio Rodriguez, and then 1 long single from Polanco that hit Rodriguez in, gets the RBI. So 2 RBIs for Polanco. He's hit both of the runs in today. I just noticed that. Both RBIs from Jorge Polanco. So he's doing his part. And no changes on the other 3 games currently going on. 2-2 still in San Diego, bottom of the 6th, 2 outs. San Diego Padres and Cincinnati Reds. Phillies still leading the Angels. 2-1, bottom of the 5th. 2 outs for the Angels, a man on third. Pirates and Athletics. Athletics held on to that lead. Remember, Pirates had 3 on. They got them all out. So Athletics still leading the Pittsburgh Pirates 3-0 in the bottom of the 8th. Oakland with 1 man on and 0 outs, looking to add insult to injury. For Mariners fans, the game to watch later today is at 5:05 Pacific, 8:05 Eastern. Texas Rangers be taking on the Washington Nationals. Mariners heading into today, just a one-run league in the division over the Texas Rangers, and they need to do something quickly to get this game back. Cal Raleigh taking the pitch there, 2-0. So 2-0 count to Raleigh. He struck out in the fifth, 0 for 3 today. I would take a walk right here. I would be happy with a walk. And that one's high and inside. 3-0. 3 balls in a row thrown from Minter for Atlanta. And Ty France on deck. And that one's way outside. So 4 balls in a row thrown from Minter. 2 on, 2 out with Ty France at bat. Now, Ty has had some great moments with runners in scoring position. This would be a great point to get any kind of hit, but a home run from Ty would tie the game here. How beautiful would that be? It's got home from some mountain biking. Almost never a bad time. Oh, yeah, mountain biking's incredible, Adam. 8 up in the chat. Make sure and hit that like button. If you're new here, if you hit that subscribe button, we'd love to invite you to the community here on Seattle Mike's Sports Experience. And it looks like they're going to purposely walk. No, I thought they were going to purposely walk Ty France. Maybe not. Minter threw 4 balls, in a row. Throws a strike there to Ty France. So 0-1, the count to France as Minter gets ahead. 2 outs, 2 on for the Seattle Mariners. Ty France 2 for 3 today. And Ty bangs that one foul. Good connection, but just couldn't keep it in bounds. 0-2, the count on Ty. Big moment here for the Mariners. Let's get some volume. And Minter, oh, that's almost a balk by Minter. You can't turn like that. I thought that was a balk. All right, huge pitch coming up here. The 0-2 pitch to Ty France. 2 on, 2 outs. And that one way outside. 1-2 to Ty France. Minter's thrown just 7 pitches, 5 of them for balls. The 1-2 pitch to Ty. And he swings and a miss, and that is a huge out for Minter and the Atlanta Braves as the Seattle Mariners strand 2 in the bottom of the 7th. Wow, they were threatening. Just couldn't get it done. So we head into the top of the 8th. Just 6 outs to get it done for the Seattle Mariners. I got me a big old truck now too, Phil, but I feel like I could use a beater-up truck too. Padres and Reds 2-2, top of the 7th. Reds tied with the Padres 2-2, but they have a man on first, no outs in the top of the 7th. Phillies still leading the Anaheim Angels 2-1, top of the 6th, 1 out. Phillies at bat with nobody on. Pirates still scoreless against Oakland heading into the top of the 9th. Athletics leading that one 4-0. Games happening later today, 3:35 Pacific, so just about 40 minutes away. The Baltimore Orioles host the New York Yankees. 5 minutes after that, Florida Marlins host the Colorado Rockies. Then at 4:10 Pacific, New York Mets hosting the Chicago Cubs. Also at 4:10, the Boston Red Sox hosting the San Francisco Giants. Excuse me. The game Mariners fans will be watching, 5:05 Pacific, Texas Rangers host the Washington Nationals. All right, Taylor Cesaro coming in for the Mariners, 10 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 12 strikeouts over those 10 innings with 4 walks. And the first pitch from Cesaro is a strike on Michael Harris II. And Harris gets a hold of that one. But it is hit hard and caught, 1 out, just like that for the Braves here in the top of the 8th. Somebody say truck. I got 5. I might have an issue. Oh, 6. You got 6 trucks? Damn, Adam. Looking to sell any? Orlando Arcia, 1-0 at bat. Fouls that one. Oh, no, that's not foul. It's going to be fair, but it will be caught. 2 outs for the Braves here in the top of the 8th. Cecito retires the first 2 batters on just 4 pitches. Most of mine are old. You could start combining them and make like some Frankenstein trucks, though, man. Put like a big engine in a real small truck. And is that going to be a hit? No, that is caught. Great catch there from Haniger. And 1, 2, 3. The Braves go in the top of the 8th. Seattle really needed this, trailing the Braves by 3 going into the bottom of the 8th. And then we got our MMA fans in here, and you want your MMA fix. So what is in between innings? What is going on in the MMA world? Anything anybody want to talk about in the MMA world? We had UFC 301 media face-offs today. Jose Aldo, Jonathan Martinez had to be separated after a heated stare-down. Max Holloway trying to choose between Ilia Topuria. Back and forth. Enough already. Max Holloway tells Ilia Topuria, enough already, you bitching motherfucker. You know Max is heated when he comes out with that kind of language. In Sean Strickland news, which should be its own section, Sean brandishes a handgun after kids play ding-dong ditch at his house. Don't fuck with Sean Strickland, guys. You're likely to get shot. That guy is not stable. UFC 301 roundtable. Is Alexander Pantoja right for an upset? I don't think so, but a lot of people do. And Alexander Volkanovski believes Max Holloway can make Ilia Topuria fight look easy, which is interesting because, Volkanovski beat Max and then Topuria knocks Volkanovski out. But I don't disagree with him. Not at all. Got a low mileage 88 Ford Lariat I would sell. Long bed that tows anything. Yeah, I might be. Oh, I like Lariats, Adam. Yeah, I might be interested. Send me some information. All right. Jimenez coming up for the Braves. That's a wild pitch out of the gate. First pitch, a ball to Dylan Moore. Dylan Moore batting 6th in the lineup today. 1 for 3 with a single in the 4th, and that's going to be a strike for Jimenez. Moore watches it all the way through. I don't blame him. I mean, going up 2-0, first 2 pitches, probably worth the chance. There's a ball. 2-1 to Moore. Moore batting just 200 this season, but he seems to get those hits in crucial spots. And that's not such a crucial hit. He fouls that one off. 2-2. Four pitches so far for Jimenez, taking over in the bottom of the 8th for the Braves. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that one's hit hard, but will he make it? It is close. I believe they threw him out. So Dylan Moore close there to getting a hit, but not able to beat the throw. 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. Just 5 outs left here for the Seattle Mariners as Luis Urias comes up, batting 7th in the order. And Urias fouls the first one off, 0-1. Urias batting just 152. Like I said, if it was not for the incredible pitching of the Mariners, we would have just an abysmal record. And there's a 96-mile-an-hour slider from Jimenez. Can't find the strike zone, though. 1-1. Urias 0 for 2 today, as he is most days. And there's a nicely hit ball, but that one goes foul for Urias. 1-2. And now Jimenez ahead in the count for the 2nd out of the 8th inning. And Urias is going to pop that one up. It looks like that's going to be easily caught, and it is. 2 outs for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 8th. So just 4 outs left for Atlanta to finish this game up. So, hey, fellas, I got to go feed my dog. Be right back. I'll leave the stream going. All right. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate it, brother. Josh Rojas coming up for the Mariners. His first at bat of the game. I don't know why he wasn't in earlier. He was the leadoff hitter yesterday. 23 games this season, batting .318. That first pitch from Jimenez, low and in the dirt. Ball 1. Rojas looking to get something going here in the bottom of the 8th, but he was not given a lot to work with. And he watches that 94-mile-an-hour pitch travel through the strike zone. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch finds the outside corner. 1-2. 2 strikes, 2 outs here to Rojas. 12 pitches thrown for Jimenez. And the 1-2 pitch, Rojas gets a hold of it. He's going to pop it up, though. Looks like an easy fly catch if they don't run into each other. And that's the catch. That'll retire the side. Going into the top of the 9th, Braves leading the Mariners 5-2. 9 hits today for the Mariners, just 6 from the Braves. But as you mentioned, 2 errors today by the Mariners and numerous walks from our starting pitcher, Hancock, who just couldn't find the handle early today. And couldn't find the handle. All 5 of those runs will be charged to him. 3 in 1 inning. It was 2 in 1 inning, 3 in another. And we can actually get more specific as we go to the box score. Oh, excuse me, I was incorrect. So 1 in the third, 4 runs scored in the fourth. So it's really the fourth inning that the Mariners let it get away from them. The Mariners didn't score their first run until the fifth. They tacked on one more in the seventh. As I mentioned, 9 hits today, but two spread out to get enough runs in. And the Atlanta Braves winning this one 5-2. It does not look good for a Mariners comeback. In fact, let's go look at what DraftKings has up now. They have Braves at a minus 10,000. Mariners plus 2,200. So if you think the Mariners are going to have another miraculous comeback, you got 22-1 odds looking you in the face. Still not advising that bet. All right, pitching probables for the Mariners series against the Astros. George Kirby in Game 1. Logan Gilbert, who has been absolutely genius in Game 2, and Bryce Miller, who has been fantastic behind him. Both of those guys with just over 2 ERA. Game 1's going to be tough because we got George Kirby, a 4.18 ERA, facing a pitcher with under a 2 ERA. And Voth comes in from the bullpen for the Mariners. Austin Voth, 10 appearances this season, 12.2 innings, 12 strikeouts, 4 earned runs, 3 walks over that time. His first pitch good for a strike, and the 0-1 pitch, that's a ball on Ronald Acuna Jr. 1-1 to Acuna, who's 2 for 4 today. 2 singles, an RBI, and scored 2 of the 5 runs for the Atlanta Braves. And there's a strike to Acuna, 1-2. I think Acuna's already done his dirty work for the day, though. What's up, Evan? Playing golf at Sun Willows Golf Course with my dad. Say hi to your dad for me. And a swing and a miss for Acuna, and he strikes him out. 1 out for the Braves here in the top of the 9th. Voth bringing the heat, just a beautiful slider, and Acuna just can't follow it, swing and a strikeout. Ozzie Albies coming up for the Braves, batting second in order. Ozzie 1 for 3 today with a single, a walk, and a run. And he takes a big swing and a miss at the first pitch from Voth. And here comes the 0-1 pitch from Voth. And Albies makes contact. He's going to foul that one off. 0-2. The count to Albies as Iglesias warms up in the bullpen for Atlanta. They don't want to take any chances in this 9th inning. They want to put their best out there. Mariners, of course, known as a comeback team. And Albies gets a hold of that one, but right to right field, throws it to first base, and that'll retire the side. Going into the bottom of the 9th, Mariners need 3 runs just to tie this one up. Or excuse me, bottom of the 8th. So I said 4 runs early. Oh, no. Yeah, no, top of the 9th. Austin Riley up first for the Atlanta Braves. Or up third for the Atlanta Braves. He's going to pop it up. And middle of the 9th, we will go to the bottom of the 9th. Mariners trailing by 3. Yeah, Sunwell is a nice course, Evan. Yeah, thank you. Your brother with you? Is Marcus there, Evan? All right, scores from around the league. Philly still leading the Angels in the top of the 7th, 2-1. Padres and Reds still knotted up at 2-2 in the bottom of the 7th. They're going to go to extra innings at this pace. And those are the only other 2 games active right now. Of course, the third one, this one, the Atlanta Braves leading the Seattle Mariners 5-2 heading into the bottom of the 9th inning. Due up for the Mariners, bottom of the lineup, CB Zavala, followed by the top of the lineup, Julio Rodriguez. Iglesias will come in to relieve from Jimenez for the Braves, as it'll be Zavala, Julio Rodriguez, and Mitch Haniger, the batting order to start the 9th, and hopefully we get to see more than that, but no guarantees. All right, we are back at Safeco Field, and you look to Chris Sale, who pitched beautifully earlier today for the Atlanta Braves. 9 strikeouts, 8 of them on sliders, just 1 on the 4-seam fastball. That guy has a heck of a slider. And Raisel Iglesias takes the mound for the Atlanta Braves. 12 games this season, 11 innings pitched, 300 runs, 9 strikeouts, 2 walks, and he has saved the game in 7 of his 8 attempts. Luke Raley coming up, his first time at bat today for the Mariners. Coming in for CB Zavala. Trying to get something going here, a fresh body, I guess. 1-0 from Iglesias, and Iglesias throws low and inside on the second pitch. 2-0 here to Luke. Good eye, Luke. And that one looks like it found the outside corner, and it does. 2-1. And that one in the dirt. Cool hand. You've heard of cool hand Luke. We got cool eye Luke here, as he didn't even think about swinging on that one. 3-1. Mariners' next home game won't be until May 10th against the Oakland Athletics. And, well, Luke did his job there. Cool eye Luke draws the walk, and that'll bring up Julio Rodriguez with 1 on and no outs. Last rally of the game. I am back. Robert, maybe Robert's the good luck charm here. Julio Rodriguez up 2 for 4 today. A double, a single, and a run scored. And he'll take the first pitch for a strike. Julio batting .264 for the season. He would have loved to get things going today. And an infield single for Rodriguez right in between the second baseman and the shortstop. And just like that, the Mariners have 2 on and no outs in the bottom of the 9th. You might wish that you took that 22-1 that was available earlier on the Mariners, because they're just plus 420 now. 2 on for Mitch Haniger, and that's a high pitch from Iglesias. 1-0. Mitch 0 for 4 today, flew out in the 7th, didn't have a stellar fielding game either, so he could make up for it all here though with 1 swing, and he goes for it, but that's a strike from Iglesias. 1-1. Big at bat here for Mitch Haniger. 2 on, no outs, trailing by 3. And that's an inside pitch from Iglesias. 2-1. You can feel the tension in the air in Seattle. And there's a strike from Haniger. 2-2. I think that would have been a ball, too. I think that was low off of the outside corner. But Haniger trying to get something done there. Swings his second strike. 2 on, no outs, 2-2 to Mitch Haniger. And the pitch, and he's going to pop that one up and not high enough for anybody to move up, because that's going to be a quick throw in, and the runners are going to stay. So runners on first and second with 1 out for the Mariners. Robert said, my dog's hopping around again. Oh, no. So I think she might have arthritis. I was supposed to stop giving the pain meds 3 days ago. I called vet. She started giving it to her again. All right, batting third in the order, Jorge Polanco, who's had a heck of a day. 2 for 4, 2 singles, 2 runs batted in. The only runs of the game. Takes a ball on the first pitch, 1-0. Polanco has a great eye, too. And he gets a hold of that one, but that is going to be caught. And 2 outs for the Mariners. It's going to take one heck of a 9th inning miracle for the Mariners to pull this one out. What a catch there. Is that the big guy, Mitch? I think it was. All right, Cal Rowley batting cleanup. 2 on and 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 9th, he takes the first pitch for a strike. Cal 0 for 3 today, but he did show his eye off earlier with a walk in the 5th. 16th pitch of the inning for Iglesias. Rowley swings for a strike, an 0-2. And Mariners just 1 strike away from losing this ball game. Cal Rowley asking for time. He's, I don't know what he's trying to figure out here. And we're still just 1 swing away from tying this, though. The pitch. And there's the hit from Rowley straight to the pitcher, though. He'll throw it to first base. And the Atlanta Braves defeat the Seattle Mariners. Your final here. Atlanta 5, Seattle 2. Started out with brilliant pitching from the Atlanta Braves with Chris Sale. Couldn't say the same on our side as Emerson Hancock struggled mightily today. Couldn't stop walking batters. And as I mentioned earlier, he gave up 1 in the 3rd. Then he gave up 4 earned runs in the 4th. Hancock will take the loss here. He moves to 3-0. The win will go to Chris Sale, 4-1. The save to Raisel Iglesias for the Braves. His 8th save of the year. And another fairly quick game here, 2.5 hours. That's still acceptable for a baseball game, right? Robert says she was fine for 8 days on Mad, 2 days off at them, but today not doing so good. Burns me out. I love that little dog. I hate to see her in pain and struggling. Sorry about that, Robert. I know there's not a lot in here, but I want to give you guys an opportunity. Just about every stream anymore to call in. So anybody wants to call in, talk about anything. Doesn't have to be baseball. It could be MMA. Could be your dog. Anything else? 425-791-8730. The number here as we go over the post game here from the Seattle Mariners, dropping the 3rd game of this series to the Atlanta Braves 5-2. Mariners win this series still 2-1. 3rd series in a row that they've won. That makes it 14 wins in the last. They had 13 out of 16, so 13 wins still in the last 17 games. Still a great April for Seattle, but Emerson Hancock, he's got some things to work on. Definitely, I would say his worst performance of the year. And the fielding for the Mariners didn't help with two errors, and there could have been at least one more called, as there was a couple plays that, like, they would have been great plays, but I feel like the best players would have made those plays. If that makes sense. And we didn't get it done. Yeah, seeing an animal struggle was horrible, Robert. It's fine for 8 days on meds, 2 days off, huh? But and the Braves getting back on the winning track here. Great confidence booster for them, I suppose. Seattle Mariners will have a day to think about it. Of course, it'll be a travel day as they travel across the country from Seattle to Houston, Texas. So, the Arizona Diamondbacks, the Atlanta Braves, two of the best teams in the league. Mariners finished this homestand 4 wins and 2 losses, win series against 2 top-tier teams. So, despite the results today, we like the result. The result is good. Hopefully, the Texas Rangers lose later today. If there's no call-ins, we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. As always, I love you, I respect you, and I'll see your fine asses next time.